Alright folks, let's talk about iPhone. Today was the Apple event. They did announce some new devices, a new watch, a new iPhone. I'm going to focus only on the iPhone here. I didn't get to watch the entire presentation because I forgot it was happening. And of course the biggest news is the new iPhones, right? So yes, iPhone 15 has been announced. It is available for pre-order this Friday the 15th, and it will be available for pickup next Friday, September 22nd. It's funny, it's really amazing how Apple does that. They have a pre-order on the 1 week and then it's ready the next week. And it's not always a good idea because some people may not have the money to pre-order the phone. Now, if you're in a situation like me, my device is on a device payment with Verizon and I have 90% of my phone already paid off with Verizon, so I am able to upgrade on Friday without paying the remaining balance that I owe, which is good. But not everyone may be in that situation. I don't know how other carriers do it, so it may be a difficult task for some people to get the new iPhone. But of course they're doing the standard 15 model and of course the Pro model, and they're doing 15 and 15 Pro and 15 and 15 Plus, sorry, and then 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. Now, they did make a point that at least the base model storage is going to be the same price as the previous iPhone, which is pretty good. Let's go into the iPhone 15 first and go through some specs about that one, and then we'll go into the Pro Max, which is what I'm going to get either way because it's better, right? So 15 Pro will come in a few different colors. There's going to have a pink one, a yellow one, a green, blue, and of course black. Now these kind of remind me of the iPhone 5C colors, but a little bit more washed out, not as vibrant. No product red as far as I can see. They might do a product red about a month later, and you know the Pro Max might get another color in about a month or so, maybe a few months. But no product red. That's kind of weird for iPhone after they've been having product red for a few years. The last iPhone, the 14 Pro models, did have the dynamic island. It is going to be a thing for the base model iPhone 15s, which is cool. I don't have a 14, I have a 13 Pro Max, so I never experienced the dynamic island. I don't know much about it. I do have a friend with the 14 and she hasn't really used the dynamic island as much from what I can tell. But it is going to have the dynamic island. It will have those notifications for you, all those different cool features that it would do, show different apps on there, do different functions. So that's pretty cool. The 14 or the 15 model is going to have a 48 megapixel main camera for the for the front of the phone. It's going to have up to 4 times the resolution and a 2 times telephoto lens as well. Of course, there's going to be improvements to the camera, improvements to the battery life as per usual. They are claiming to have up to 26 hours of video playback on the 15 Plus and up to 20 hours of playback on the 15. So keep in mind, yes, the Plus model is a bit bigger, therefore a bigger battery, whereas the Plus one will have the more battery life per watching content. The 15 will have the new A16 Bionic chip. I don't know if it's a new, it might have been the one of the previous iPhones. They just put it on the base model here. But here's the biggest thing that happened with iPhone, USB-C. So no more, I have a lightning here somewhere, no more lightning cable, it's USB-C. And my problem with that is I have maybe 3 or 4 lightning chargers. And I do have a few USB-Cs, but I guess now I can use the same charger for my iPads and my iPhone. But yeah, no more lightning. I heard it's basically because the UK couldn't sell the new iPhone if it was lightning. I don't know the full story behind it. But also lightning is, I guess, I don't know if it's like as much updated as USB-C. USB-C is so universal between everyone. So iPhone finally got on board. Their iPads had USB-C, their Macs have USB-C. So now the iPhone has USB-C. And they are, I guess, claiming much more connectivity and faster, more stronger connectivity with these devices, which is cool. They are doing like a new roadside assistance thing, even if you don't have any good service in your area. I think they did use this for the last iPhone model, so pretty basic there, pretty usual standard stuff. Of course, you're going to have the information on the website about the recycled aluminum and that kind of thing. It will be, I believe, starting with iOS 17. I do currently have a beta of the 17 update, and it's kind of a disaster in some cases because it's a beta. Some things just stop working, or some things will crash and bug out on me. So hopefully it will be a much smoother launch here because it'll be an actual official iOS launch. Now with iOS 17, the few things that I remember that was cool is with AirDrop, you can now tap phone to phone to drop your files between each other. You don't have to just AirDrop it, over the Bluetooth. It'll still go over like some kind of type of connectivity, right? But it's not going to be as, I guess, a hassle with the AirDrop how it used to be and how it is now. I believe they're doing like a way to do a voicemail from a person calling you by doing like a video voicemail for them instead of doing like a regular boring voicemail. You can leave a FaceTime voicemail for them, like, hey, where you been at, trying to reach you. But of course, that does seem like an iPhone to iPhone only feature. I do have friends who are on Android, unfortunately, and friends who are on iPhone, so it'll vary. So that's pretty much it with the iPhone 15 and the 15 Plus. Let's go into the Pro Max models and the Pro model. And now with the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max model, yes, this is the more premium model. You already know this by now. iPhone has been doing the same thing for years. So here's what we have different this time with the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max. It is going to have their A17 Pro chip, and we'll get into that a little bit more as we go along. It is going to have much more performance, much more graphic fidelity, and they did have a focus on gaming in the presentation. We'll get into the gaming part in a bit. But the phone itself is going to be built with a new type of metal, a titanium type of metal, and they claim it's pretty similar to what's used on the Mars rover. They only put that information to make you think, oh, that's really cool. It's used by the same thing that NASA used. But who the fuck cares, honestly? You just want to get the phone and you want it to look good, feel good, and perform good. But there's the facts for you if you want it. It is supposed to have the longest optical zoom in the iPhone. We'll get into the zoom in a moment about how far it is. But from what I did see and what I heard about the specs, I don't think the zoom is still going to be comparable to what we've seen on some Samsung models. I've seen the zoom levels on some Samsung phones that are insane for a phone, and I don't think Apple is still at that point yet. But they are removing the silent switch on the iPhone Pro models. It is now an action button, and it will not only function as silent the phone or put the notifications on, you could customize that button to different actions. And here's my concern. I did see an example from the presentation that the action button, you can hold it to silence your phone. Does that mean that you can hold it for silence and notifications to be turned on, as well as just a simple press to enable a certain action like open the camera, a voice memo, etc.? Or is it choose the silent mode or something else? If it's the latter, if it's choose silent mode or a different feature, that's bad, because how would you silence your phone more effectively and more swiftly and not as, too many steps to go through? How efficiently can you silence the phone if the action key is set to another function? There wasn't much information that I saw about that, but I'm hoping it's press the button for flashlight, camera, GPS, or whatever, and then hold the button for your silence mode. They did also mention about changing it for your different focus settings, whether it's like sleep, do not disturb, in my case, video editing, gaming. Is it going to be the same where you can press it to do one of those and then hold it for the silencing, or it's just you can silence the notifications just by putting that focus on, which is a problem for me because I don't want to always have a focus listed. I want to get the messages to come in. I just don't want to always hear the text tone. So that's where the confusion comes in. It will come in 4 different colors. It's going to be a titanium white, titanium black, a titanium blue, and a natural titanium. I don't know how I feel about the blue one, but of course the black one looks the best to me. The blue one is okay, not as good as the iPhone 12. The iPhone 12 was a really nice blue compared to this one. This one, not so much in my opinion. Going on from there, it is said to be the lightest iPhone model yet. I don't really care. I don't notice the difference in weight. But here we are with the gaming. It is going to have what they call a Pro Class GPU with 6 cores, whatever that means. If you know what that means, that's fine. That's for you. They did show examples of playing Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 4 on iPhone, and next year, early next year, Assassin's Creed. What's the new one called? I don't know what the new one's called. I'm not a big Assassin's Creed guy. But whatever that one is, that's coming out on iPhone as well. Is it Mirage? Assassin's Creed Mirage? Whatever they're calling it. Anyway, it'll be available on iPhone to play on iPhone. I don't like touch controls. Touch controls are dog shit. I don't know who plays touch controls, but if you want to pair a controller to your iPhone and play Resident Evil on your phone, you can. I don't know how much they're going to charge you for that, but I do know they're pushing for those games to be on Mac, and they are available on Mac. Now you can play Resident Evil 4 and Village on the go on your phone, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Of course, with the camera, you're going to have much more new features, like a 0.5 times ultra wide, and that's going to come into a macro. It's going to come into a 13 millimeter, a 24 millimeter, 28, 35, 48, and finally 120 zoom. So that's pretty cool. The front camera will be 48 megapixels, which is pretty good for selfies. I don't take many selfies, so I don't really care about the selfie camera, but it's there if you want to use it. Going on from there, the 120 millimeter, or whatever it's called, Pure Pro Zoom, and it's just basically getting you a better, much closer zoom while not sacrificing too much of the image quality for, I guess, videos and photos. So that's good if you want to film certain things in the distance. I'm very close up in filming, so it doesn't make a difference for me, but I may want to get into it and test it out when I get the phone. Here we are, more information about the action button. As I mentioned earlier, action button is set to toggle between ring and silent modes. If you choose a different action, you can use control center to mute or use focus filters to automatically set your phone to silent. Whatever you're doing, the action button is at the ready. Launch camera to catch a spontaneous selfie, record an instant voice memo. You can even select shortcut to open an app or run a series of tasks like switching on the lights in your living room. So as I mentioned earlier, yeah, that's a problem, because it looks like the action button would be used to toggle between ring and silent mode, or one of the other things. So you're better off just leaving it for ring and silent mode. That's kind of a poor design choice in Apple, in my opinion. It was better to just make it as you can hold it for ring and silent and then press it for one of the actions. If that is the case and I'm wrong and they're explaining it wrong here, then cool. If not, Apple, fix it with an update, please, because that's just bad. They're gonna have up to 20 times faster file transfers with, I guess, more capabilities because of the USB-C. iPhone 15 Pro will support USB-C 3. I don't know if the base model was supporting that as well, but essentially, if you want to transfer files from your phone to your device, like a computer or something, with the USB-C, it'll be much faster. I just use AirDrop. In some cases, it's quick. In other cases, it takes a bit longer, especially if I transfer a cinematic video like the one I'm filming now. So that will take a bit of time to transfer either way. Unless I plug it in, then it might actually be faster. Base model iPhone 15 Pro will have up to 23 hours of video playback battery life, and the Pro Max will have up to 29 hours of video playback. Of course, that all is just measurement. Of course, when you do more tasks, answering phones, text messages, social media, of course, your battery time will drop down over time. So it's just an estimate on that. Of course, the roadside assistance thing I mentioned earlier. If you have a dead zone in the area and you can't really contact people, Apple, I guess, or your carrier will take care of that for you with the new roadside assistance thing. Other than that, there wasn't really anything extra to talk about there. Hopefully this was just a fairly quicker video. I am expecting to get my pre-order for this Friday, and then I'm gonna unbox it and review, or really just unboxing first impressions next Friday, the 22nd. So look out for that. Finally doing tech reviews again, so that's an exciting moment. And yeah, I can get a pre-order without paying anything except for the activation, or the upgrade fee rather, and I can get a new phone and get a new case and see the new MagSafe case. They also mentioned the phone will be a bit water resistant to a certain level and a certain degree of water. I was hoping for a completely, portless phone, no USB-C port, no lightning port, just MagSafe charging and AirDrop file transferring. I do both of those anyway. I don't plug my phone in very often, but maybe for the iPhone 16, if not, maybe iPhone 18 or 20, when they'll finally do it. No charger port for the iPhone, just the MagSafe charging and the file transferring. And people may not be on board with that now, but within the next 3 to 4 years, they should be on board by then. I would love to see a completely waterproof iPhone. Sony has been doing that for years, so a waterproof iPhone would be cool. And as I mentioned with the whole, no ports or anything, all my devices for charging are MagSafe. I have 3 MagSafe chargers, 2 for my desk and 1 for my car, so I'm all MagSafe ready to go. But that's the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you're getting an iPhone. Are you gonna get the 15 or the 15 Pro models? What color are you gonna get? How much storage you're gonna get? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Peace out.